Welcome to Grade Pending. I know it's been a while. I know it's been a while. We haven't done this in a while, but y'all know what this is. This is the show where we watch movies, we listen to music, we talk about stuff, shows, movies, all that good stuff. We discuss it here. We give our own unique grade. Awesome, which is the top of the top, the cream of the crop, the best of the best. We got dope, which is very good, not perfect, not the bestest, but hey, it's a good show, good piece of entertainment. We got meh, which basically is all right, or watched it once, not trying to watch it no more. And then we got straight trash. With I'm never watching it again. It was hot garbage. Get this out my face. Why did I spend money on this? However you feel about it. All right. All that good stuff. John hates on the good stuff. Otto hates on the good stuff. Otto watches a bunch of stuff that nobody's even heard of. Good times, great times as always. But since it's been a while, we're going to go through a bunch of movies and shows that came out recently. We'll get Otto to go through a full breakdown of the other stuff that we didn't get to, that we missed earlier in the year, and all the Oscar stuff, because Otto actually watches the Oscars live, and the Directors Guild's awards and all them other awards that probably not even televised. We'll get to all that stuff later. But for now, we're gonna talk about some recent, content that came out recently. Let's start from the most recent and work our way backwards. Obsession. As of the time of recording this, Obsession just came out this week. I have not seen it. You two gentlemen have. To be honest, I don't even know what Obsession is about. Not even gonna lie to you, keep it honest. But according to Rotten Tomato, it's actually got a 95 and a 95. So critics and moviegoers agree that it is good. At least 95% of them agree that it is good or better. What say you guys? Who wants to go first? Obsession.
So you didn't know that the movie's about the Usher song? It's an Usher music video. How do you not know this is supposed to be part of the culture? I can go first. Paul, Obsession is a horror adjacent film about a boy who has a crush on a girl who doesn't want to get into the friend zone, and he makes a wish, and then things go really, really bad. I don't know if you remember, in this show we spoil things, boys and girls. So
oh yeah, by the way, spoil. Yeah.
We're gonna spoil it. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I liked it. I went in blind, no trailer, no nothing. The kid that directed this actually comes from YouTube. He directed something called Milk and Cereal or something last year, and they gave him a movie, and this was his first movie. Now they gave him Texas Chainsaw coming up, so I was like, I definitely gotta check this out. Got a good buzz, and it was good. I enjoyed myself. There's no celebrities in it. The only actress I recognize is the main girl from the Superman show. If anybody watches Superman and Lois, then you will appreciate this. It's definitely on the grade pending scale. Yeah, I'm gonna say it was dope. I'm gonna say it was dope on the grade pending scale. Definitely worth checking out. Yeah, that's where my head's at. I'll toss it over to Baby J.
So this is the first movie I've ever gone into blind. So Otto had told me about this, and he was like, "Hey," he sent me like the thing for the tickets. You want to go watch this? And I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I'm down." And I never saw none of that. And then it got to the point where like as the days got closer to the movie, like I would get stuff on like TikTok and shit, and like try to send me like I was like, "No, I'm not gonna watch it." So I went completely blind, and I loved it. I enjoyed it a lot. I like what they did with it. It was bugged out. The way she became obsessed and was like trying to break out of that madness, like she was her but she wasn't her kind of thing. Like it was, I love the way they did it. I thought it was really, really fucking dope. Yeah, I mean, she was crazy. It was kind of like, for most people it's just like what dealing with Latinas like, but for everyone else though it was a crazy woman. But it was I loved it. I'm definitely going with dope. Definitely going with dope.
Okay.
John and I looked at each other as the movie kept escalating. What she was doing kept getting crazier and crazier, and I kept going to John like, "This is not a deal breaker," and he was agreeing. So like,
I'm
we got no problem with toxic Latinas over here. We've seen it all. John's definitely seen it all. So I was just like, "Yeah, I see no problem here. like not a deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Mild
If you're gonna
spoiler.
stab me, I'm gonna marry you.
There was a part where it was discovered that she was lying about her dad having cancer, and I audibly was like, "Who gives a fuck? Like that's not a deal breaker." And me and John were just giggling about that. Definitely
How
something
did
for
you guys hear about this movie? Because I didn't even hear about it.
the internet. The
Okay.
internet is where people go, and then like it's called Twitter.
Rumors.
I know, but I
Yeah.
didn't see a trailer for it. I
Because the
didn't
algorithm's just black men dancing.
know.
He.
Why would my algorithm be black men dancing?
Already
Why would it be
teasing.
That was
men?
that was a
Period.
Michael Jackson reference. That was a Michael. I got it.
Come
I don't
on.
have
I
men
got the
dancing.
reference.
No.
If you pull up your, I swear, pull it up right now on camera.
What? My Instagram?
Exactly.
No, because I no.
Boys, this
It
is
won't be men. I
pretty,
guarantee that. All right. So yeah. So I guess we were done with Obsession.
yeah.
So moving on to the next most recent piece of content we got this week. A one-off, one-shot, one episode, little Marvel, little special feature thingamajig. The Punisher, One Last Kill. Uh, One episode, really short, really brief. Right now, Rotten Tomatoes, 77% critics, 88% with the fans. John, you're the resident Punisher close figure. What did you think of the One Last Kill one-off?
I was mad hype for it. I was like literally like coming. Like I was like I finished work. I was like I'm gonna race home and watch this motherfucker. I can't wait. And then I watched the whole thing, and I was disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I overall liked it. I do think that most of the action sequences, there was no reason for him not to be in his Punisher costume, but I guess they were doing the whole like he didn't want to do it. He's tired. He did everything to do. Took out the family. So I get it, but it kind of made it like a wannabe, like I don't know, not a John Wick, but like it just didn't feel like the Punisher to me. I get the PTSD thing, everything he was doing. Like I didn't mind though. I didn't mind all that, but I don't know. It just felt like it was still missing. You know, I feel like the few minutes that he had in Daredevil, for the first season, were better than this entire show, this entire one shot. So I just felt like it was missing quite a bit, and it just didn't feel. I didn't feel fulfilled when it was done. I did appreciate obviously seeing him as his uniform and everything, and knowing that he's going to be in Spider-Man: Brand New Day, but I just feel like they could have done more and they could have done better in the way they hyped it up for it to be something. I was like, this is what I got. Like, this is terrible. So I don't want to say terrible. I will go with meh.
Okay. Otto, what about
Disappointing
you?
though. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. This is pretty bad. Now, boys and girls, if you have the internet, I'm sure you've already seen the 3D of him falling and it looking like dog shit. And yeah, this is what we phase 6. Jesus, Marvel sucks. It was very disappointing. As like John, I'm a big Punisher fan. I was looking forward to this. As soon as I saw that it was co-written by John Bernthal, aka the Punisher, I was like, "Oh, we're in trouble. This motherfucker don't know shit." He's cool. He's a good actor, but he's not a fucking screenwriter. And yeah, it was reflected in what we got. What we got was unnecessary. I guess it was like an introduction to people who were too lazy to watch season 1 and 2 of the Punisher, which are already on Disney Plus. So like, you just fucking watch it. It's so much better. If that didn't exist, maybe this would have been awesome. But since that does exist, this is meh at best. At best. And now it's just memes, dude. There's a new no meme. There's a new gooning meme. There's a new it's just that's not what you want from Frank Castle, man. They killed the dog though. That was cool.
Well, he didn't kill the dog.
Well, I'm saying, that's one of the most dastardly things seen in a Marvel thing was threw a puppy in front of a car. And then Frank Castle killed a bunch of children and whatever. I mean, it was. I really don't know how this is the guy that's gonna be like with Peter and Banner, and like they gave him a shape up, and then now he's gonna shave. I'm so scared for the Spider-Man movie, but whatever, man. 40 minutes I'll never get back. They had some fucking Hatebreed music. And like, I like that song, but I don't really think it fits the scene of him killing random people. But yeah, meh at best, unfortunately.
I'm with you guys on it. It wasn't needed. It feels. I watched it twice to try to see maybe I'm bugging. Um, it's literally split in half. It's half PTSD. I guess the story they were trying to tell was he's completed his mission, avenged his family, and took care of all that. So now he's done. But then the spirit of his daughter tells him, no, you can be a hero and save more people. And I think something like this would have needed to be fleshed out more, either in a full movie or in a episodes. But just 40 minutes of just this, it didn't really do what was expected. And I guess it was supposed to be like, where is Punisher from season one? What he's been up to? Where's he been? It was like, but it was just like it doesn't really fill in anywhere. It doesn't connect anything, and I feel like that's the biggest issue. Like Otto said, if we didn't have a previous Punisher series and other context of what he's done and where he's been, it was like this would have been great to catch up with. But we just saw him last season on Daredevil. We know he's doing all right. Like, but now it's like this kind of felt like he either reverted back or I guess the PTSD caught up to him. But it's like we don't get the explanation of, like I said, but beyond he killed everybody. I'm done. But it was just like, okay, but is there a trigger or so? I don't know. It feels incomplete to me. And then the other half is like a lot of bloody, gruesome kills. I'm happy we got TVMA on Disney Plus, and the kills were, some gruesome kills. It was part Punisher, part The Raid, part John Wick. Unfortunately, part Uncharted from PS3. And being from New York, it was great to see New York scenes, but it was like weird seeing him fall from Spanish Harlem and wake up and walk across the street into Brooklyn. And it was just like, how does that happen? How does he go from First Ave to Myrtle Ave in 2 steps? So it's just weird to see that. But yeah, I wanted to give it dope. I want to say at least a little dope, but it's hard. It's hard. And then it's like knowing that he's gonna be in Spider-Man. We knew he wasn't gonna shoot himself. And it doesn't look like. I mean, I guess this is their answer for him wearing the logo back again in Spider-Man, but unfortunately they didn't address it in Daredevil season 2 because the task force was still kind of rocking it. Yeah, we know they're in jail, but it wasn't like he wasn't there. So it's like it's disconnected, but trying to connect that and I think it falls short on that part. Again,
they left a little. I don't know if you caught it. They left a little patch at his wife's cemetery. The task force.
Yeah.
Weird and disrespectful, but all right, whatever.
Right.
I don't know if they were trying to tie it together or what. It was just
yeah.
like,
This suffers the most of being part of the overall universe. That's where it suffers the most. By itself, standalone, no other context. Oh, this was awesome. But being a part of a connected universe.
Do we assume that Peter was in Europe again? Because there was a lot of murders happening in Queens.
Well, I was talking to Uncle Pete. I was watching it with Uncle Pete the second time, and I was saying, Pete, the Peter Parker usually listens for the radio, for the police radio, to know to go somewhere. And we saw the cop pull up and try to back out, and they burnt the cop car. So there was no police notifications for Spider-Man to know, what was going on in the fictional Little Sicily in New York. So he didn't know. He just didn't know.
But he's gonna get the key to the city somehow in the movie. Whatever, man. We'll make fun of the movie when it comes up.
Yeah, but like I said, it's got a 77 from critics and an 88 with fans. So people just love seeing blood and violence and getting stabbed up with a pen.
Yes,
people love it. So that last 15-20 minutes is the highlight. I guess, but yeah, I wanted to love it more. I didn't. But connected to it, and also they literally released it, right after season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. So we thought maybe it might connect to that a little bit more. This is like a connected episode 9 of the season, and it wasn't. It wasn't. But Daredevil Born Again season 2 had 8 episodes. Again, on Rotten Tomato, currently 86% with critics, 82% with fans.
Paul, real quick. So you're mad as well on Punisher?
Yeah, unfortunately. Why you made me say it again?
Just making sure.
You have to make me say it again. Hi, man. Though I like
Oh,
Medope. It's Medope.
Jaime is the name of your Spanish lover. What are you
It's
saying?
Medope.
Jaime.
It's Medope.
Nah, yep. You bugging. It's definitely meh lower.
It's Medope. But Daredevil Born Again, season 2, 8 episodes. This one more streamlined, more uniform, a little more focused than last season, which was chopped up, broken up. Was it 50 episodes, 20 episodes? Is it 5 episodes? They didn't know. They figured it out. This time they said, all right, we got 8 episodes. We're focused. We're going in, and this is what it's going to be. And I'll go first. I enjoyed it, obviously better than season 1. The bar was a little low. Definitely enjoyed it more. Definitely enjoyed that it was a linear story week to week. Can't give it awesome. Don't think it was awesome. Definitely would say it was dope. Definitely liked the story, liked the ending, loved the conflict, loved how, especially the final 2 episodes. Matt and Fisk and Fisk wanting to dangle over like I know who you are. They don't know I know you are, and him just saying like I'm gonna tell them what you think. Like no, don't do it. Yeah, I'm gonna give it up. Now you don't have that over me. I like that conflict. I love what they had going on there. I liked it a lot. Like I said, a lot better than last season, which I also liked. You know what I'm saying? But I like this one more. So I'm going with dope for season 2, Born Again. What you got, Otto?
You want to talk about Jaime? Now we're talking Jaime. I love Matt Murdock more than I love Frank Castle. If you recall, I'm pretty sure the reason my She-Hulk rating was so high is because of the Daredevil episode. I was so excited. Unfortunately, I understood that season 1 was Frankenstein, chopped up, whatever. But season 2 is supposed to be streamlined. It was getting really good buzz, high Rotten Tomatoes, so I had high expectations. My fault, I guess. There are some moments that I really enjoyed. The Bullseye episode is fucking awesome. I like MCU Bullseye more than I like MCU Frank Castle now because MCU Bullseye is the fucking man, and Frank's a little pussy crying getting jerked off by old men for some reason in his special. Ghost of old men. Anyway, Bullseye episode was good. Karen Page, Smoke Show. Not a lot of Matt's abs, nice, good for him. Story wise, not really a lot going on there, man. I like this guy, fucking Tony Soprano's kid. I love him, but I love him because he's Tony Soprano's kid, and I thought he did a good job. What else? I think that's about it. I hated how it ended. Like, oh, Fisk is breaking. He has superpowers now, and he's murdering people with his fists. And then Matt and him are just gonna talk, and then it's gonna be fine. They're gonna hug it out, and Matt's gonna go to jail, and Fisk is gonna go to the beach. I like that they killed Vanessa. Everything else was kind of like, at the end, if you recall, at the end of season 1, it's like, all right, we need a team. And we got Jessica Jones pulled up for like 2 seconds, and that was it. Where's Frank? I don't know. She getting jerked off by an old guy somewhere, probably.
He was going through PTSD.
Very, very disappointing, but I'm excited about Bullseye, where he's going. I like Shaggy. I thought he did a good job with his mysterious Mr. Charles.
He's been busy lately. Speaking of which, like he's been.
Shout out to Tarantino. Tarantino talked shit, and then everyone's like, "Well, now Shaggy gets Matt work." And I like that. That's I mentioned a lot of stuff that I like, but it's not enough to just give it like I see it dope as an 8. I can't give this an 8. This is like a 6.57. I sat through it every week, looking forward to it every week, but it's only sometimes was I entertained. So I'm gonna give it a high man.
What you got, John?
So I also was hoping for a little better than the season 1. I get ready for a new episode every Tuesday. I'm like, all right, can't wait to watch this. And I agree, except for like the Bullseye episode. There wasn't no episode that was like, oh my god, like yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like I didn't really enjoy it. I thought it became more of the Karen Page show overall. I didn't enjoy the Matt Murdock, like I am Matt Murdock kind of thing, the a la I am Iron Man thing. I didn't enjoy him revealing. I get why he did it, but I didn't enjoy it as much. The Kingpin thing, him running through the courthouse and just fucking slaughtering people. Like, don't get me wrong, I know Kingpin's supposed to have like ridiculously, supposed to be super strong without actually being a superhero kind of, the super villain kind of thing. But the way he was going about it back and forth was like, when Karen Page disarms the guy from the fucking anti-task force, and it's like, there's too much. And you had Jessica Jones, like I said, she barely had any screen time at all. Like to Otto's point, you talked about having the team and team getting together. I really thought they would bring Luke Cage back, Iron Fist. I was really hoping, like at least in the last episode, you get like something, some kind of like, and you got nothing, just nothing for me. And I think probably I hate calling him Tony Soprano's kid, but I don't remember his name either. But Tony Soprano's kid, he did a great job though. I liked him in the relationship with BB, and I thought that was cool. But overall, I wasn't impressed, and I'm gonna go with a man as well.
I don't think he put the team together yet. I don't think he got a chance to. That's how I took it. I think the team is still coming together, aka the Defenders will be returning. Obviously, we know Luke Cage came back. We know, so I think that was them setting up what's to come. So that's how I took it. I didn't feel like the team has been put together yet. I think he still wants a team. He still needs a team, but circumstances took place that prevented him getting to that point within this time.
But my problem with that
is that they teased it.
They teased it, but
they teased it. Yes.
If Kingpin's on the fucking Bahamas and the anti-vigilante forces all disbanded, what the fuck he needs a team for now?
Well, we're getting season 3, so there will be a team for something. There's still more to come. The show's not over, so we still gonna get a team.
That the therapist, she wore the mask now.
She's gonna be Muse, or
But you don't need the Defenders for that.
Well, Karen Page knows kung fu now, so yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she's been working out. Listen. You sleep with Punisher and Daredevil, you pick up some things.
I don't think Frank did it.
That's not true, because I slept with both and I got no powers. I have no.
Also, Frank.
It's heartbreak.
Frank imagined that he hit, but he didn't hit.
I think he did. He definitely did.
No, he definitely didn't.
He did.
No, he didn't. I like that we all want him to have done it, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it.
I think he did.
Karen Page getting ran through.
He was like, no.
It's just a guy again.
I think he did. I'm sticking with it. Punisher beat. All right. But let's get off of Disney Plus and back into the movie theaters, back into the place where magic happens. Mortal Kombat 2 also dropped recently. Sequel to, obviously, Mortal Kombat 1, which came out during the pandemic, which was like half straight to streaming, some in theaters if you wanted to see it. Not a lot of people went. Not a lot of people enjoyed it anyway. I didn't mind the first one too much. It was some annoying characters and it wasn't great and it was like okay, but I thought it was decent. Part 2 came out. The trailers was refocused and was gonna go with Johnny Cage as the focal point. Went to see it and we realized no, he's not actually. It's it's not Johnny Cage at all. Right now it's 65% with critics and 89% with fans. And like I said, you get it and you get there and you see Johnny's not really the focus of it. I guess they used his name. He's popping right now with The Boys going on and a lot of other movies and stuff that he's in. So his name was a selling point, for it. But and it was like, yeah, no, we kind of focusing on what's her name? I'm talking about. What's her name? The model.
Karen Page.
No, not Karen Page.
Katana.
Katana, there you go. Katana's more kind of like the focal, point of the story, but they still give everybody equal time. I like this one better because it was straight to the point, fighting. There's a story in there, there's some plot and stuff in there too. The plot just moves the fighting along. And it reminded me of just the game. It's like the game, there's stories and backstories for everybody, but you just go from fighting up to tournament. And it was like, yeah, that's what the movie should be. They didn't keep with their rules because, she at some point, Katana just switched sides and said, yo, I'm over there now. And they was like, all right, bet. And it's, wait, you can't just put the put the flame from there to there. Like it's supposed to be 5-on-5. Now it was 6-on-4. Like wait, then let me get somebody else to fight too. Like wait, that's not fair. So they didn't stick to the gods' rules, and the gods was like, yeah, nope, we're cool with that. And it's just like, huh? So they didn't stick to the rules that was set forth, and then it was like even with the fights, it was like, how do we know this fight is over? Like because he just fell. He's not dead, so the smoke just goes out. So, but he can still help in other ways, and it was just like, yeah, okay. But I enjoyed just silly, fun Mortal Kombat craziness, fighting. Some of the fight choreography was much better than the first one. Very good choreography, especially with Liu Kang and I was about to say Luke Cage. with Liu Kang and them. That fight was probably my favorite one. Liu Kang and Kung Lao. It had the blue portal background. He was killing it with the hat. That I thought that one was probably one of my favorite fights. I'm gonna go dope just off the strength of it was just straight fun fighting action silliness, simple movie, popcorn movie, nothing to think too hard on. And I think they're gonna get a trilogy out of it. They're gonna get a third one because now they gotta go to the underworld and bring back people that died or whatever, just to continue the story. Whatever. They're gonna keep fighting. It's just fighting. Improve on. I feel like they improved on what was bad last time, fixed it, and then they can do the same this time. The third one might be, great. And to me, I feel like they put pressure on the Street Fighter movie, which is coming out later this year. So I think they set the bar for the fighting video game movies. What do you say, John?
So, I fucking hated the first one. I thought the first one was terrible, especially when Cole did a single leg takedown on Goro. I was like, all right,
I
this is the
think
dumbest thing in the
Cole
world.
ruined the first one. I think his character, that's why they killed him off in this one. So
I didn't want to watch this at all. I thought the popcorn buckets were dope, but I didn't want to watch it at all. And then Otto was like, "Oh, you want to watch that? Like the time it comes out." And we was like, "All right." I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go watch it." So I go to watch it, and yeah, I couldn't stand it. I thought it was terrible, actually. I did like the homage they paid to like certain fucking backgrounds for like the fighting stages for Mortal Kombat. I thought that was cool. The guy who played Shao Kahn, whatever his fucking name is, I thought he did a good job. But the overall movie, I just didn't enjoy nothing. Like I thought the fighting scene with Jax, I thought he looked terrible with the CGI with his arms. They just weren't in where the shoulders actually belong for your arm. He looked weird, and it looked weird for me. They throw me off during the whole fight scene. I kept just seeing his arms out of place. Baraka and his team, like when they talk, like their mouth things, like it was all bad on the side. Like I kept looking at it, trying to like the prosthetics were just, come on, man, you can do better. Like it's 2026, you can do
it
better.
was a low budget.
I didn't. It wasn't low budget.
I think they only spent like $50 million for this.
I thought it was like a Johnny Cage movie, and same thing. Johnny Cage is he's in it, but he's not the main star. Which I thought that part was kind of cool how they went away from it, but it still was nothing. Like it had a few laughs here and there. There was some funny shit like him just leaving his car in the middle of the parking lot with his trunk open when they kidnapped him. But it just wasn't. I just wasn't feeling it. But again, I don't like any of the Mortal Kombat movies. Even the first one from when we were children, I thought there's nostalgia for me. But as a movie, if you watch it again, it's a terrible fucking movie. And then I hate the second one after that, and now I hate the one with Cole, and now I hate this one. The best thing about this one was when Cole died, because he's a terrible fucking character, and the kid can't act. So yeah, I'm going with trash. I hated it.
Okay. What you say, Otto?
So when this movie was first announced, I was like, all right, cool. Johnny Cage should have been the Miz, whatever. We like Carl Urban. He's Judge Dredd. I thought he was too old, but the take on the character is that he's the old Johnny Cage, so that's fine. But they released the buckets, and I was like, yo, this is fucking sick. I guarantee you that the bucket's going to be better than the movie. And it is. I have the bucket back there somewhere. I'm not going to go get it. But I do. The bucket's fucking awesome. The movie was okay. I didn't hate it as much as John. I'm a Street Fighter guy. I'm very much looking forward to the Street Fighter movie. Everything John said was true. It was really stupid. The special effects were really low. To your point, Paul, maybe it was a budget thing. Maybe not. It just looked bad. Shao Kahn was awesome because they picked a big juice head. Love me a big juice head. And he committed a hate crime on Jax. Love that. That's about it. I know John hates girl bosses, so when he saw that Katana was a star, it was oof. He was over. It was over for him. But that's okay. I didn't mind that too much. Jade was bald. No reason for that, but that's whatever. It was a popcorn movie. I had popcorn. It was fine. It's a meh at best. Again, enjoyed the hate crime and love my bucket.
You enjoyed the hate crime?
To be fair, I probably would have went from a trash to a meh if Luke Kane had his shirt off. He had a shirt on the whole time. My Luke Kane has no shirt on.
That's true. I made that complaint.
There's a buff Asian dude. He had no shirt. He had his shirt on the whole time. What's going on? I paid to see.
Yeah, he was cool. They're saving it for part 3, I guess. Which whatever.
There you go. $80 million budget.
Yeah, you could have done better. You could have done better teeth with that. That's a lot of money.
They ran out of money paying Carl Urban.
What was it? Yeah, $70 million for fucking Dread. Where'd the budget go?
Go ahead. I just feel like I said, I think the Street Fighter movie is going the exact opposite direction with a bigger budget and more names. So I want to see if that's going to pay off and be better. And unfortunately, we compare things because
50 Cent. What are you talking about?
Right, 50 Cent. Like, there's a bunch of people in there. You got a bunch of wrestlers. You got It's a lot of names. It's a lot of names. So are the names gonna hold up? Let's see.
We'll see. Looking forward to
bigger budget, bigger names. Can it be better than this? That's how I looked at it.
But I mean, after watching the latest trailer, I was like, oh, this actually, you know what? I might enjoy Street Fighter. But to Otto's point, I do agree. I might be wrong, but when it comes to movie, 50 Cent probably has the biggest resume on that whole cast.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not talking about I'm just talking about their names. They're just literally there for their names. You got Momoa. You got you got what's his name? He's what, Blanca?
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes is in it.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns is in it.
You got fucking Dan Hibiki played by Schulte.
Right. It's all famous people.
You got
so yeah, their resumes are not deep, but they're just names.
Yeah.
You spend a lot of money on the names.
I mean, the biggest name would probably be Momo, but he looks like he's all CGI, and it doesn't. I don't know, the little blue stick. I don't feel.
Because we only see a brief him charging up kind of thing. So I didn't like they showed the Zangief suplexes.
Guys, I think I'm being abducted by a UFO.
That trick. Uh-oh. We got it on camera.
You want to show off your beautiful eyes? You know you have beautiful blue eyes, John. You don't need to pay so much.
There you go.
They're only blue sometimes. Sometimes they're green.
John, if you don't step out of the car, they're going to shoot you, John.
No, they're not. Look, they're not going to shoot him.
I have my gun.
All right. This one is an entry specifically by Otto because he's the only one that's seen it. The Devil Wears Prada 2. The long-awaited sequel, highly anticipated, and all that good stuff. And Otto saw it. 78% on Rotten Tomato with the critics, 85% with the fans, which is Otto. I think it only says 1 vote from the fans. So Otto said, no, I'm playing. Obviously, doing a lot of money. It's doing numbers. People went to see it. A lot of women who loved it. And Otto, I'm not suggesting anything, but Otto was there too. Otto, talk to me. Devil Wears Prada 2. What's your thoughts on it?
Let me take you back, boys and girls. 2006, Devil Wears Prada 1, Anne Hathaway, Elite Milk. We all know this. Yes? Yes. Okay. Nothing. This is a sequel. It was good.
All right. Moving on.
Hold on. I think we have 1 or 2 female subscribers. So, this is for you. If you enjoyed the first one, you're going to love the second one because it's more of the same. But
all right, so moving on. Oh, no? Okay.
They actually deal with the first one, Paul, is about a magazine called Runway, where they do articles. Now, in 2026, there's no such thing as magazines. It's all digital now.
That is true.
They deal with AI. They deal with like a bunch of shit. It's still a bunch of dumb girls dressed up, but the budget was a little higher. The plastic surgery on Meryl is really good. Like, she's holding up for like an 80-year-old lady. She does a great job. It's a fun time. If you like the first one, right? If you thought the first one was a dope, then you're gonna think this one is a dope. Objectively, it's a meh. But if you like the first one, it's a dope. You're gonna have more fun watching this than
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat.
Kombat. Yeah, probably.
If you're into fashion and more than fighting,
Well, they got some locations. They got some funny stuff. And they
was one of the locations the
I love a
Underrealm?
good multi. Fuck AI.
Was
I
it
hate AI.
Outer World? Was one of the locations? No,
I don't want
it
to
was
spoil
probably the Met Gala.
Yeah, that was it. That was part of it. Lady
I
Gaga.
will say,
If you guys remember from our one of our highest rated movies from last year, Joker 2, Folie à Deux, Lady Gaga is in this as well. She has a little performance.
Not
Definitely was
surprised.
looking out Lady Gaga.
She was
I will
also
say though,
at the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
their popcorn bucket was dope. I like that they had like the little bag, the purse, whatever, as a
Two
popcorn bucket. That was
purses.
kind of cool.
I got a purse with the Shao Kahn. You put them together. It's a party.
Okay. So what was your rating, sir? Because I think you said if you gave it a dope, you would give this one a dope. So what are you giving it?
As our one female viewer, if you consider the first one a dope, I think you would consider this a dope. Objectively, it's a high man.
Oh, okay. What did you consider the first one? And how
See, I
old were you when you saw it?
I rewatched the first one. You never ask a woman her age, first of all. Second of all,
I was trying to politely say,
I rewatched the first one the day before the second one just to make sure I'm caught up.
Get your
And
recap.
I like the second one better than the first one, but you can't have the second one without the first one for what it's worth.
Oh.
Again, to our one female viewer, I'm right.
So this is the Pradaverse.
Sure.
It's the Pradaverse. Is this phase 2 or is this?
Oh, there's gonna be. It's making so much money. I assure you, there will be a third. If Meryl doesn't die, there will be a third for sure.
Okay, all right. So we will get Prada 3, Tokyo Drift.
Probably.
That will probably have Carl Urban in it too.
Carl Urban will be in there. All right. Next on the list, we got the biopic, Michael, about the life and times of Michael Jackson. I believe I'm the only one that saw it, correct?
Yes, and because of that, are you open to an interrogation / question and answer segment, or you just want to?
Absolutely. But first off, let me just it's got 39% with the critics on Rotten Tomato and 97% with the fans on Rotten Tomatoes. And I'm always simple when it comes to biopics. None of them are great, and it's because you can't tell someone's life story.
Dewey Cox.
I mean, that's not real. That's not a biopic per se.
It was real to me.
It's not a biopic, which is why it succeeds. But ones that are really based on someone's real life, you can't tell a whole story in 2 hours. That's some of the better ones tend to focus on just one album or one specific time frame because that's the the better story to tell within that confined time. But unfortunately, like Michael, like plenty of other ones, they try to go from his childhood up until I believe the Bad album, and it's a lot of chop, fast forward, and it's typical. And like I said, I feel that way about all of the biopics that we've seen recently. It's good to relive the moments, hear the songs again. For someone that grew up with it, I didn't really learn anything new from it. So it was just basically, and we literally got the Jackson's American Dream series on TV before, but that one was more focused on the whole family. This one's obviously called Michael, and it focuses on Michael. So it's more about him, and because of that, the rest of the family barely even got lines in the movie. Some of the siblings aren't even mentioned in the movie, and they didn't want to be a part of it. And again, if you're introducing this to a child, they wouldn't know, what I'm saying. But it's like, wait, where was so and so? Where was, when it was Jackson 5 and Jermaine stayed at Motown, it was 4, but then they added the other brother, it became the Jacksons, and they don't go into that because it's called Michael. I would definitely say low dope. It wasn't mad to me. It was low dope. Again, just seeing Michael on screen, Shout out to Jafar, who's Michael's nephew, portraying him in the movie. I believe Jermaine's son. Um, he did the best he could do with the moves and stuff. Nobody moves like Michael. And you can tell in certain things, like, yeah, Michael would hit that a little better. But there's certain scenes where certain camera angle stuff is like, yeah, he kind of look like him a little bit, and kind of sound like him a little bit, and kind of get you into those moments and stuff. So I enjoyed it. Saw it twice. But like I said, it's still so many things missing within the story. They just announced that they will be making a sequel, continuing the story. Spoiler alert: they would not be talking about a lot of the allegations because there are a lot of settlements and NDAs that included. They cannot talk about a lot of those allegations and things. So they will tiptoe some of that. They may just say he's going to court and not say why, or not say, so I don't know how they're going to handle that per se. And a lot of people are saying, oh, they didn't mention that in the movie. Well, the movie ends at 88. The first allegations come out to 92. So that's why it wasn't in the first movie, if you know the timeline. But people wanted to see that. And I've seen people complain, oh, they wanted to know more about, like, bad things about Michael or whatever. And it was like, well, his family, the executive producers, what are they going to say? And to me, I feel like the movie was more so Michael's coming of age, coming from under the strong arm of his father Joseph, who obviously beat the kids with belts and stuff. It was a different time back in the 60s, 70s, and so forth. But the movie kind of ends on him finally saying, all right, Joseph, I don't work for you no more. I'm not your little homie no more. I'm a grown man. I'm gonna do my own thing, and that's kind of that was kind of the arc of the movie per se. So I got the story that was told in it. Again, it's based on a true story. I give it a dope just because it was cool seeing Michael on the screen again. And I'm open to questions you guys may have.
So please don't actually go ahead, John. Before I bury this fucking thing, go ahead, John.
No, I hear what you're saying with the biopic thing. I don't personally agree. I think Ray was phenomenal. I think Elton was really good, and I think Bohemian Rhapsody was fucking masterpiece. I did a great job with that overall. But I was wondering so did they leave it where it made you want to watch the second part and see the rest of it, or I was just curious because one thing I will tell you as a fan of movies in general, I did love when I was going to the movies to go see. I think I was going to watch Faces of Death, but it was around the time that Michael came out because they finally released it up here where I was at with the theaters, and people were dressed like Michael. That shit I love. Fuck it, whether you like the movie, don't like the movie, whatever. The bring the fans out and have them dress up and cosplay and all that. I think that's dope, and I love that as a movie fan in general. So I thought that was dope. But does it leave you wanting where it's all right, well, I don't mind watching a second one, kind of thing? Because I heard it did stop in the 80s, like you said. So I'm just curious.
To address your points, I did also like Bohemian Rhapsody as well, and I felt the same way about it. I felt like it was a great reenactment of his story, but it still skipped some things. So I feel like you still fast forward. Even Bohemian Rhapsody, kind of just fast forwarded to and ends at the Live Aid concert. So again, when they focus on a certain part, they end at the high note. They end at that. So that's where they go. They don't really go in any further in his story. So I feel the same about that as I feel about most biopics. So I don't not like them. I just don't nitpick like people do where they say, oh, it's missing this. They miss a lot of things because it's a 2-hour movie. So that's what when I say that, I feel like there's, as a fan, especially as a fan, I love Queen. You're gonna skip a lot of things to get to the point because the studio's saying, we got to make sure we can show this movie over and over again to make more money. Shout out to Michael making a lot of money. They want to be able to cut the movie to 2 hours, obviously make it PG-13. Same things that a lot of movies deal with. They do that and cut a lot of things to make it. As far as wanting more, I would leave it there. Again, we could also get a Bohemian Rhapsody 2, and you could talk about, Freddie Mercury getting HIV, but it's like, do we want to talk about that? And then with Michael, they touch on the Pepsi incident where he got the burn on his head and he started taking painkillers, and now we're going to go into that. You want to talk about him being addicted to the painkillers and taking sleep meds because he was so stressed and da-da. Now we're going to get to the down. So like I said, this movie ending on the high note, is with Bohemian Rhapsody ending with the Live Aid concert and the performance, and that's the high note. We ended on the bad tour in Michael. We end Straight Outta Compton and stuff. You end with them releasing the album. Dre's now starting Aftermath, and you end on the high note. I made it. This is the victory of this character we're portraying. Part two is going to be a little depressing. But again, it made a lot of money. Highest grossing, musical biopic right now. So they're looking at dollars and cents. The studio gets involved. They want to continue the story. I don't think we need it though. I don't think we need a part two. Because again, we're not getting Straight Outta Compton 2. We're not gonna get, Dre and Tupac's falling out, and we're not gonna go any further than that. We're not getting Ray 2. We're not getting a sequel to any because they all end on this person ends on a successful high note. You kind of know where their life went after this. They died. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't.
So
one more question before Otto cuts in.
Mhm.
Did you wear your red leather jacket with your zippers and your silver glove?
I do not own any red leather
No,
jackets.
I've been to your house. I've seen it.
You did not see that. No,
I've been to your house. It's in the
I
closet. It's
did
hanging
not
up.
own any. I don't have any Michael Jackson apparel, so I did not rock any Michael Jackson apparel to the movies. Sorry.
Right,
I don't.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna yuck your yum, bro. You like men who like men. That's nothing wrong with that. That's for everybody.
I know you're not talking.
My thing about what you're saying, I get what you're saying. There's a lot of biopics that end like on the high note. My personal preference is where like everything you just go all the way. Like at the end of Selena, she fucking died, and that's what happened in real life. And I enjoy that movie. Everybody loves Selena's.
With an F.
Michael had a lot of shit that
Bitty bitty
happened.
bum bum.
Yeah, Michael had a lot of shit that happened. The fucking motherfucker made Thriller. The motherfucker was on The Simpsons. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I like, but then there's a lot of bad stuff that happened that may or may not have happened, allegedly happened, that I would love to see.
Well, there's not a lot of bad stuff that might happen.
Hold
There's a couple of allegations, and like I said,
that's what I said. May or may not. Stop being defensive. I let you.
no,
I let you lie for 40 minutes. Let me.
Go
shoot my
ahead,
shot.
go ahead.
So, he touched how many kids? No,
Zero, according to the court of law.
You're telling me like they chopped it up a little bit, whatever, because you got to make money, blah blah. But the thing is that they shot some of that stuff. They shot some of the allegation stuff, and then they cut it. The studio interview was like, no, we can't do it. That's what makes me like, so like it's a fluff piece, which is fine. You want to celebrate the good stuff, celebrate the good stuff. The motherfucker made Thriller. It is what it is. I personally can't suspend disbelief because that motherfucker don't look nothing like Mike. I also grew up watching, the up and down, the blanket, and all that stuff. Of it all dangling. Like I was there, but I guess I was older as the bad stuff was happening, so I was more like the trial, the dancing on the fucking, like that's what I would want to see. And it sounds like I'm getting it, so I'm not gonna watch part one, but I'm going straight to part two, and it sounds like it's gonna be good. But I'm not gonna yuck your yum. A lot of people are enjoying it. God bless.
Well, like I said, the stuff that was filmed and removed wasn't because of the studio. It's literally in writing. There's an NDA that they can't mention.
Then why
Some
they
of the
shoot
stuff.
it?
That because the idiots didn't read the paperwork that was handed to them. So they that's why the movie was actually supposed to come out last year. I think it was delayed because they had to do reshoots because they were going to start with the allegations and stuff, and then they had a final cut and everything. And then they saw it. It's like, well, no, according to the state and stuff, we can't even talk about that. So they had to redo it and take that part out. So it wasn't, as I said, even when they do the sequel, I don't know how much in detail they're going to get into that because they legally can't. It was an NDA signed, so they can talk about the trials he was acquitted for, but the ones that were settled is part of the NDA agreement that they can't even talk about it in anything.
The ones that he did it that they can't talk about it. Gotcha. All right, cool. Next movie.
So that's why I said it's still not going to give you what you want. It's still not going to give you that.
I got what I wanted.
I know why you want to be starting something.
No, I don't want no.
Come on, Otto.
Man, he made Thriller. Who cares? A couple little boys, whatever.
He didn't.
He didn't make Thriller. He made Thriller.
No, yes, he did make Thriller. Yes. Anyway, let's talk about now Lee Cronin's The Mummy. I didn't see this one because once I found out it's not The Mummy, I was like, then I'm not going to see it. Um, but I'll let you guys, tell me what you think. Currently, 47% with the critics and 74% with the fans. Um, yeah, Otto, Lee Cronin's, because we got to be specific. It's not, any other, not to be confused with any other mummies. It's
That's right,
Lee
because
Cronin's
Mummy
The
4
Mummy.
is happening. So yes. So Lee Cronin, boys and girls, like who the fuck is Lee Cronin? Lee Cronin directed Evil Dead Rise, which came out like a year or two ago. And he was supposed to do the next Evil Dead, but they gave it to somebody else. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna do the Mummy instead and make Evil Dead Mummy, which is what this is. I like the movie. I enjoyed Evil Dead Rise, so I enjoyed how they did this. It was a little too long. It took mostly place in Egypt. So the setting, it being in a new setting was cool, but I don't know, it was just too long. If you like the Evil Dead movies, you will like this movie. It's a little bit too long. I give it a high meh. It wasn't scary, but it was shot well and it was entertaining, except for the part where it was too long. I think it was like 2 hours and 20, 2 hours and 10. To a clean 2 hours,
214.
right under 2 hours, it would have been perfect, but it went too long for the story it was trying to tell. That being said, like the effects were really cool. I like the look of the mummy. I like the storytelling behind how it was the mummy and the whole family dynamic. Definitely worth checking out. I don't think you gotta pay to see it in the theater, but if it's like streaming, definitely worth checking out. Yeah, hi man.
John.
So I also was hyped to watch this movie. I thought the trailer was really good. I love Evil Dead Rise. I was really hyped for the overall movie. I sat there in the theater right next to Otto holding hands. It was great.
Oh.
Um, but
Did you consent?
yeah, absolutely. With Otto,
Okay.
always. It's
Okay.
always consent with Otto.
All right.
Well, it's consent, non-consent. We play that game sometimes. We have safe words.
All right.
So I'm watching it, and I do like what they did. I like the way they explained that. I just, because I got the expectations from Evil Dead. Like there was no parts that you get like little hair stand up or something, like some kind of like where I could see people are like in the theater even scared, and it was like it just didn't, I didn't have that feeling for it. So I didn't see the horror part of it, which I was hopeful for, because even though I love Brendan Fraser's The Mummy, that was an action film. This was the horror film, which is supposed to be, because it's based off of original. The Mummy is originally a horror film, so I was like, all right. And I didn't get the fear from it, but I did think they did a good job with the way they did the movie, the way it was shot, the way they made the mummy with when you think of mummy, you think of someone's wrapped up, and this one, the way well, spoiler, I mean, man, long ago, it's the actual flesh is wrapped up with actual writing on, it's dope. Like I did like that, but I just didn't get the fear part of it. Like to me, it could have been a lot scarier and it could have been a lot shorter. I do agree with that. It was too long. So it just didn't grab me where I was like, oh shit, they're like, no, even the parts that were supposed to be like freaky or creepy were like, all right, well, whatever. So I just wasn't. I think it's a good stream. Like Otto said, I wouldn't have paid for it again if I knew where to watch it. But it's a good stream. But I got to cut Otto, so that was nice.
What's your grade for Lee Cronin's The Mummy? Because you got to say the whole thing like a Tropical Quest. What's your grade for it?
I don't think I heard Otto do a grade, but I'm gonna go with high
man.
I said hi.
Oh, you did?
High man. Yeah.
High man.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm glad I didn't see it, because I kind of got the feeling from what you guys said, and I was like, yeah, it's not gonna be what they're trying to sell it as. So I was like, I'll pass.
A little kid got touched in the movie, Paul, so you wouldn't like it. You like it when they pretend that didn't happen, right? Got it.
I like it when people are acquitted and not found guilty of things they're accused of.
But there's no allegations.
There's new allegations. He's been, someone touched.
Breaking news right now.
The ghost of my God. That's a whole movie in itself.
Somebody just remembered. You never wake up and just
Otto Nunez, the mummy.
Just in the corner.
All right. Last but not least.
Before we go into the last one, because I heard John he in a creepy way. How do you feel about the Scary Movie 6 of it all? Because they're gonna.
Well, I was gonna save the upcoming movies for after. Yeah, we'll get to the.
About the DD of it all.
Yeah, they added that to the trailer. But the last movie we're gonna discuss, in this episode, as far as that we've seen and everything, I also have not seen, and I'm sad that I haven't. But time-wise, I wasn't able to go see it, and then they pulled it from the big screens and started putting it in weird times, and I couldn't catch it, so I didn't get a chance to see it yet. But also a movie, I say the whole title, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, aka the Mario 2 sequel. 42% with critics on Rotten Tomatoes, 88% with the fans. So these last couple movies have all been split between, critics hating, fans loving. So you guys both seen it?
Yes.
Did
Well,
you
actually, I
also
don't
see it
remember. I
together?
definitely saw it. John, did we watch Mario? I don't remember.
John seems quiet. He might be traumatized from.
John's on the rest.
No. How you go? No, I missed that last part because my car was like outside of being turned on, so it turned off. I had to rub it again. You know how you turn things on. I had to give it a little rub, a little 2-finger squeeze.
Okay.
But no, I did not see this one Otto, unfortunately. But we would have dressed up as Mario and Luigi.
Oh, right, yeah. John has kids. John has kids. I remember now.
Yeah. So my son was hyped for this. So I saw it with my son.
Okay.
Am I skipping somebody or is my
No,
review
good.
first?
Since you saw it with the kids and stuff, you can give it the kids' reaction as well.
So kind of like what I said with Michael, where like I saw everyone, dressed up and that made me hype for the movie. The kids' reaction was great for the movie. They all loved it, and they were like screaming out characters oh, that's from this one, and that's from this Mario. That I thought that was cool. But the movie itself, it felt like it was really missing story, like compared to the first one. I didn't love it as much. It still was a beautiful movie. It was shot, like it was gorgeous to watch. I'm sure it's gonna look amazing on my 4K, my OLED, and it's gonna look fucking phenomenal. But I didn't love it as much as the first one, but I definitely will give it a second watch to try to to see. But I didn't love it as much as the first one. I'm gonna go with meh. But if Benny was giving the review, he would probably say awesome.
Okay. All right, Otto, what say you?
This is the same Benny that said "fuck Superman" on video. I got that. I'm not
Yes.
forgetting. So
I agree with him.
He wasn't paid for that. He wasn't paid for that at all. There was no bribery.
I saw this like the man child that I am opening night, and there was a little kid 2 seats over who kept shouting out all the characters, and I wanted to fucking hit him. But I remembered that it's cool that this little motherfucker knows all the characters. Like he was knowing characters that like Mr. Game and Watch, where he's not even from Mario. He's from fucking Super Smash Brothers. Also, Star Fox is in this. Fox McCloud is in this. That was the coolest part. For me.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fucking dope. To John's point, there was no story. This was a children's film for children, but it looked pretty and it was fine. It's weird giving all these mehs, but it's definitely a meh. There's nothing special. I don't regret watching it day one. I'll be there day one, minute one for fucking part 3. But it's a kids movie as much as it's a kids movie. It was fine. it's like
that was a depressing sigh.
Because it is, because I wanted it to be better. Like part 1, to John's point, part 1 had like a better story to set up the brothers.
Mm-hmm.
This was John hates girl boss movies, and this was like a double girl boss.
That's only a little true. Only a little true.
And then Yoshi was black. You know how I feel about that.
He's green.
Well. And on that note, I give it a meh.
But the Yoshi popcorn bucket is pretty fucking awesome.
It's sold well. I didn't get it. I think you got it, right, John? You ended up securing it?
Yes. Nice. I got it for my son.
Yes. So both men. So yeah. So these movies weren't really that great that we've seen. A lot of mess today.
It's more. I think it's more of a reflection of we watch so much shit that like you start to have like better expectations or expect like more from stuff.
And that's why I said that's you guys. I try to limit expectations and
you watch slop. You just enjoy anything. You're like, yeah, Invincible. Yeah, what 2 frames per second? I like this. This is good.
Well,
it's not good.
Did you get a chance to see Hokum?
No.
That I thought was good. That if you guys would have watched it, that I would have gave probably a dope.
He directed the movie. What was it called? It was the one he directed last year. I enjoyed. It was a horror movie as well. It was like the wooden doll thing. I forget what the fuck it was called. But that was cool. It's supposed to be Irish folklore. It just came up against a different movie that came out that I ended up watching. But it is on my watch list, so I'll check it out.
Coming soon. Otto, you mentioned earlier, we got a Scary Movie. I believe it's not 6 or 7 or any number. It's just Scary Movie. They're rebooting it or whatever. Are we looking forward to that?
I thought it was ScaryMovie 6.
I think I think that was the initial title, but I think now they're just going to call it Scary Movie, which plays on what Scream did.
Yeah.
So I think that's what the last time I saw it was just called.
We didn't talk about Scream 7, but that was a mad too.
Which one?
Scream 7.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
That
also
was super,
that was also a
super
mess.
low meh.
yeah,
Yeah, you're
yeah.
right. They're calling it a scary movie. You're right. They
It,
changed it.
yeah, it's just called, yeah. I think it was announced as Scary Movie 6, but then the trailer and stuff it just says Scary Movie now. So yeah, which was what Scream 5 or 4 was just
Yeah,
Scream,
yeah. Scream 4. Okay.
and then Scream 5, and then 6 and 7, and yeah. So are we looking forward to Scary Movie
I'm looking
2026?
forward to an accurate portrayal of Michael finally in the cinemas this year. So yes, I'm gonna.
I think we got an accurate portrayal already. Yes, Jafar did a decent job. Yes. Yes. But I highly doubt Scary Movie's gonna be all about him. There's a lot of other movies and things that they will be, targeting.
All I want to see is one touch, one inappropriate touch, and I'll be happy. And I'm
Well, they did
sure.
show the dude with the hand is back, so my strong hand. He's in like an insane asylum or something, so
I mean,
you can
I'm
touch him.
I'm I'm excited for it. I'm hyped. I mean, they got together again. You know, the Wayne's brothers here. The minute that I saw the first trailer and Sean Wayne's opened the door, he's like, "Why just a little gay?" I was like, "Yes, I'm
Me
sold.
too.
I'm
Me
sold
too.
on that."
Me too.
But what you got? You got Scary Movie, Spider Man.
Spider Man's coming up.
Before we move on, scary movie, I'm a little nervous because of the state of comedy these days. Now, Paul and I were talking about the Kevin Hart roast,
Mm-hmm.
and that was back to like old school hard comedy where you say inappropriate stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
it was okay. But it hasn't been okay for a while. So I think Marlon and Sean and Damon are going back to the hardcore stuff where like they're gonna make trans jokes, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. I'm really curious how it's gonna work or if it's gonna work.
Yeah, and
But
if it's gonna land,
if it's
if it's
gonna
gonna
land,
land well, and what the backlash will be. Yeah, I mean, so we spoke about it last year with Naked Gun, and then when they announced Spaceballs and stuff. So we were saying like those satire movies and that raunchier comedy. Like, so I think Naked Gun doing good, but with the numbers and stuff, this kind of helps this a little bit. But this is gonna go more raunchier with the jokes and stuff. So it's not gonna be just satire. It's gonna be also more pushing the edge. So we'll see how far they go and how it's perceived and how it's received. So
Yeah, I hope they didn't do it with their fucking balls cut. Like I hope they actually went in there.
yeah,
You know,
because even like you said, the trans joke on the train, that was light to me. It wasn't offensive. It was just how yeah, my pronouns are, and yeah, they didn't make fun of. It was making fun of that moment, but it wasn't so I can't speak for that community, but they shouldn't be upset by that. That wasn't so I don't know if they're gonna just touch on things but not really go in, but we'll
the
see.
more people offended, the better.
For us. But again, if the studio want to make money, they might, pull them back, reel them in a little bit. So we'll see.
really curious how it's gonna do box office wise.
Yeah, yeah, I am too.
Because it's also a bunch of old people now. I mean,
Right.
they're all old now. They look great, but they're all
And I
old.
wonder if they're gonna
like
play
young
on
kids are
that
like, oh, I'm not gonna watch.
because they touched on a little bit with the Final Destination when the mom was stuck in the house and finally came out, and so they're gonna touch. They actually are treating it as they are older now. So I'm wondering how much they're gonna play on with that. But like you said, also we got Spider-Man, Brand New Day. Are we looking forward to that? I know Otto. I think you said you're worried.
It's kind of weird that you're talking about July movie when the June movie, Supergirl, aka Crypto 3, is coming out first.
Yeah, the cryptoverse is
not to mention before that, Masters of the Universe, June 5th. What are we talking? Like,
okay, but he mentioned Spider-Man. Can you talk about Spider-Man?
He's autistic. We gotta go through one by
We're not. We don't have time for that. John mentioned
I am
Spider-Man.
autistic.
Talk about Spider-Man.
That's true.
John mentioned Spider-Man. Answer the question about Spider-Man.
What about it?
Are you looking forward to it?
No, it's gonna suck.
All right, moving on. John, what do you? How do you feel? Are you hyped about Spider-Man or?
For me, I'm hoping they do a good job. Of course, I'm as a fan of Marvel comics in general and MCU, I want them to do well. But just like to see the 3 Spider-Mans in the last Spider-Man movie, to see the Punisher and the Hulk and Spider-Man share a screen, I'm gonna fucking nut in the theater just touching Otto. It's gonna be
But
great.
his hairline, they fucked up Savage Hulk's hairline, John.
They did. They did.
We'll see.
And to your earlier point, though, I'm although I don't really care for He-Man because I didn't grow up really watching He-Man. I do like the popcorn bucket, so that's really dope.
The sword, John. You can drink from the sword.
There's so many jokes that can be made from that. But
yeah, you're right. I forgot you're a Michael fan.
So many jokes that can be made from that
right away.
But yes, we got Crypto, the sequel. Crypto Part 3. It's Part 3. It was another movie. What other movie was he in?
Crypto's worldwide, baby.
Oh, okay, no doubt. Supergirl. The trailer looks interesting. They do the same superhero pose, where she protects somebody's head from something falling over. But it's it looks. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. It looks interesting. I'm just. They got to stop focusing on crypto. Every movie's about crypto, and just leave them alone.
Everyone's saying that Supergirl is ugly and that she looks like Will Poulter. So I'm worried this is not gonna make any money. So that's where my mind's at. I don't think crypto's enough.
I never thought of that, but
So I do want to see it. Like I said, as much as I disliked Superman, I still want the film franchise to do well. I want there to be a DC that's phenomenal. Like I'm hoping it's good. I was disappointed when I heard. I believe I'm not mistaken. Like Lobo, Jason Momoa's character, is only in it for like a little bit of the movie. Like the main bad guys are the ones you see that look like they're like people you would see in the Village in like the early 2000s, late 90s. So I was like, all right, I'm a little worried about that, but I'm hoping it's good. Like I do trust James Gunn at the end of the day anyway, so I'm hoping it's good.
Well, he didn't direct it or anything. So
James had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but he has some. Does he have some say over there? What he do? Isn't he like the Feige of the DC?
He picked the writers. He picked the directors. Said go crazy.
Yeah. This is from the director Craig something Giuseppe or something like that. He directed I, Tonya, which is a good movie. I don't know if it's gonna make money though. I hope so. I'm looking forward to it. But
we were talking off camera. We got the finale of The Boys next week.
John's up to date.
How do we feel?
John's not up to date. John has no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
I'm gonna catch up though. I got a few days to catch up.
Yes,
it's on Tuesday the finale. I'll catch up. I will catch up.
And they're putting the finale in theaters, but it's only like an hour and some change. So I don't even know if they're paying, if they're charging for it, or if it's like first come first serve.
I was talking to Otto about it yesterday when we were watching Obsession, and I was like, "Oh, there's male nudity. I'm down." So I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna watch it. I saw the finale with Homelander for the movie theater. I thought that was kind of cool. I wish the popcorn bucket was real.
If the deep bucket was real, I'd be in there. I really hope that my boy the Deep survives because he's awesome. But we'll see.
Shout out to Sam Jackson as the hammerhead shark. He blackballed and can't get in the water no more. If you get in the water, we're gonna kill you,
motherfucker.
And we also got Mandalorian and Grogu. In theaters. It's not an episode. It's gonna be a full feature-length movie. Otto's already shaking his head.
It's tracking to do the least of any Star Wars movie ever, including Solo. I love Mando season 1 and the start of season 2, and then it's over. So as much as I want to watch this, I'm not gonna pay to watch.
We got Babu Frick with some friends. Yeah, I'm sold.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna want to watch it eventually, but it's the third movie that week that I put it in third place. Exactly. I actually rather watch. Watch Cavill and fucking Jake Gyllenhaal, and then watch The Passenger, and then watch Star Wars for next week. But I'm gonna see all three. I'll find a way. Like I'm gonna see all three. Make that movie pass work itself. Yeah, but I'll definitely go see the other two.
Yeah. And there's a lot more coming out.
Paul, do you have your tickets for fucking Mando and Grogu? Because I don't think you do.
Absolutely.
Man, just lying.
I'm going. You know, I had to support. I got to support Mando, Grogu, Babu Frick.
You going Thursday, Friday, Monday? When you
Thursday.
Wow. Okay.
Thursday.
Theoretically, you have a good crowd. Theoretically, real bad.
Yeah.
I know. Me and Otto going next Thursday
to
see to Cavill and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Perfect.
You think Lizzo will be in this? You think Lizzo will be in this? No, I'm talking to Paul because Lizzo was in season 3. So you think Lizzo and Jack Black will be in this as well?
Maybe. They got a bigger budget now. And Lizzo's, Slim Lizzo now, so her rates might have went up, so they had to pay a little more money. That's why they're making a full movie.
Any chance they somehow put Vader in this to make money?
No, he's dead.
Don't matter. It makes money. It makes
A
fucking money, right?
flashback.
I don't know.
We might get Maul. We had a better chance of getting Maul because he always dies and comes back and dies and comes back and dies and comes back. So we might see Darth Maul. Well, not even Darth, just Maul. Maul might be in it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going in low expectations, just hoping that it's good, hoping it's not just selling Grogu toys, Babu Frick toys. Just be a good story, be a reason to be in the theater, be a real movie. I'll take that. I'm going in hopeful. Or else it could have just been season 4 or season 3, whatever they up to.
Quick question for you, Paul. So besides my there's some random cat running across the street. Besides my my hate for Elliot Page in playing Achilles, I asked Otto a question yesterday, and I was wondering. So you have fucking Dune 3 and Doomsday same day, which is huge, but they're both big ass movies, so you can't do like the Barbenheimer and go watch both movies. Do you think one of them puts these out at the last minute and changes the date?
Nope.
That's right.
I think they can't. At this point, they can't.
Too late. It's too late.
They can't.
Once Marvel announced that they're making up movie theaters to compete with IMAX,
I prefer the Dolby Theater anyway and RPX, so I was going to see it that way anyway. I think
Did Paul just say RPX?
Huh?
I said RPX, right? Paul just shouted out Regal.
Yes, he did in 4K. Yes, he did.
I heard it.
But I prefer Dolby. Listen, time is running out. I prefer Dolby. I'm going to see it in the Dolby Theater anyway. AMC is where the magic happens. All right, we'll be back to talk about some more movies and stuff. Shout out to Nicole Kidman.
You think it's gonna be another year since we get back together?
It's up to y'all. I'll be ready. You be going to see family. Otto be working. I mean, John be working and stuff like Otto. You flying out of town, going to Arizona and things. I'm here. I'm ready. Let's go. Shout out to y'all watching. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back with some more